Hello, my name is Sherman Walker, and I'm the apartment manager of the Clearview Apartments. It's very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Mr. Walker. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Please call me Sherman.
Thank you very much, Sherman. I wonder, do I need to speak slowly so that your interpreter can speak for me?
Oh no, not at all. This interpreter's got really good interpreting skills. You can talk normally, and she'll interpret for me. I'll sign to her and she'll speak to you in English, and when you speak to her in English, she'll sign to me. Simple, okay?
Well, that sounds easy enough, all right.
Well, I'm curious to know, how did you find out about the apartments?
Well, I just was looking through the Sunday paper and I saw the ad.
Oh, did you get a chance to get into the apartment and take a look around?
I sure did. I took a drive-by and the tenant was outside, so I asked them if I could go through the apartment, and they allowed me to do that.
So, what'd you think? Took a look around. Did you really like the apartment?
Well, I really like the apartment, but I like the fact that it's close to the schools and close to the stores and only 3 miles from my work. It'll allow me to spend so much more time with my children.
Oh, you have children. How many children? And I'm curious to know about how old are they?
I have an 11-year-old and a 6-year-old. The 11-year-old is a girl and the 6-year-old is a boy. And I'm real excited about the fact that they would be able to walk to school if we lived here.
So you recently said that your job is really close to the apartments. What do you do? Where do you work at?
Well, I work for a local publisher. Name of the publishers is Bookworms for Kids, and I'm an editor and I assist with the layout.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. About how long have you been working for that company?
Well, I've worked there 4 years, since my son was 2 years old. My husband died at that time, and I've worked there ever since.
Wow, I'm really, really sorry to hear about your husband. Can I ask, how much money do you earn?
Well, I'm earning $35,000 right now.
Okay, and where you're currently living, how long have you lived there?
Well, I've been living 10 miles away from here. I've lived there for 12 years. And it's a very beautiful house, and we really love it. But since my husband passed away, it's been nearly impossible for me to take care of the yard and all of the things, especially with me working full-time. I have hardly any time to spend with my children. So we really decided to sell the house and move closer so that we can spend more time together.
I understand. So do you have any pets? Like, do you have a dog or anything like that?
Well, yes, we do. We have a goldfish, and we also have an old cat that's been a special friend to us for years and years. It would be really heartbreaking to have to get rid of it.
Okay, it's fine. We would accept your cat, but understand that you do leave a security deposit, and if the cat destroys anything and you move, we do keep that. It's in the lease. and you have to sign a lease every year. Is there a problem with that?
Oh, no problem at all. I'd want to be here until the kids get out of school.
So, do you have any questions for me?
Well, yes, I do. I was wondering if that apartment could be painted.
Oh yeah, sure, that's not a problem. The tenant that we had there before, they loved the color green. That's why it's such a bright green, but I don't have a problem with you painting it. I was planning on painting it anyway.
Well, that would be nice. I wonder if there are any other repairs that need to be done to the apartment before someone moves in?
Well, the tenant moved out yesterday, and I got a chance to get in there and really take a look around. I checked, the lights, make sure everything was working, the water's running fine. It really seems that everything, the refrigerator and everything's working pretty good. The only thing that I really think needs to be done there is paint the apartment, and I plan on doing that tomorrow.
Now, what about the utilities? Are they included in the apartment? And if they're not included, how much would they be?
Well, you pay your own electricity. We have heat. Well, depending, that's how much you use, about $400 to $800. The water bill, that's less than about $15. And also the sewage and things like that. That's every month.
Well, that sounds reasonable. I'm also wondering about the other tenants. What kind of people live here? Are there other families?
Oh, yeah. Sure. We have a few. I think there's about 7% of the people who live here, the tenants, are families. And we'll be having a barbecue, and you're invited to come and meet the people who live here and get a feel for the area. And it's this Sunday if you want to come.
Gee, that sounds really nice. Another question I have is, I saw that there's a college close by. I'm wondering if there are a lot of parties in the neighborhood, and if there's quite a bit of noise late at night. We've really been used to a quiet atmosphere.
Well, I really expect and hope that this area is really quiet at night. But if there is a lot of noise at night and you feel that it's really bothering you and it's after 10 o'clock, let me know, because I will go handle that. There shouldn't be so much noise.
Well, another question I would have, I'm really concerned about the influences that come from the outside for my children, and I'm wondering if drugs are a problem in this area. Have you had any problem with drugs, and have you noticed anything in this area?
Honestly, as far as I can remember, nothing like that has been a problem. And it seems to be a very safe environment, and the children who grow up here, everything seems to be really good. So it's not something that you should worry about. But if you're really curious and you want to know a little bit more, you can always ask, tenants who live nearby who have children that are similar to your children's age, and see what they think. Ask them about the neighborhood if they feel it's a safe neighborhood.
I'd really like that. I wonder if you could tell me a little bit more about them and how I can contact them, and if you would allow me to visit them, that would be really wonderful.
Sure. Let me see. Camille. She lives in apartment G12, and she has 2 children. She's Billy, who's 8 years old, and Joyce, who's 13. And they live there. There's also Shane, and she has 2 girls, Gil and Jill. and they're both 8. They're actually twins, and they live in apartment B12.
Sure sounds